daddy was a good old preacher man. Yes, he's preached all over this land. He'd preach to the people and try to help them to understand. He'd preach about Jesus and his saving grace. He'd preach till the tears ran down his face. Yes, my daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man. He'd preach about Daniel and the lion's den. He'd preach about a place where there'll be no sin. He'd preach about love, he'd preach about heaven and its beauty grand. When he prayed it was a lonesome sound, he'd pray for the boys on the battleground. Yes, my daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man. My mother would go to church with him, and how everybody loved both of them. He'd preach about David, he'd preach about the kingdom and that good land. He'd go preach both far and wide. To preach Jesus he was satisfied. My daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man. Many times I've heard him say, Jesus, give me strength from day to day. Many times I've seen him preach till he could hardly stand. No matter what the weather, cold or hot, my daddy go preach no matter what. Yes, my daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man. My daddy was a good old preacher man. Yes, he's preached all over this land. He'd preach to the people and try to help them to understand. He'd preach about Jesus and his saving grace. He'd preach till the tears ran down his face. Yes, my daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man. Yes, my daddy was a good old Baptist preaching man.